I've got one that can see.
Let's talk about the end of days, according to Judaism. One of the principles of Jewish faith is that one day a man is going to rise up. We call him Moshiach.
We now have a presidential candidate who's likely to win, who's literally doing exactly what Vladimir Lenin did. When the Soviet state was created, in the aftermath of the so-called Bolshevik Revolution, what was the first law? Anti-Semitism.
Death penalty, anti-Semitism, right?
Death penalty. And they killed all the Christians. How far off are we today with a presidential candidate who is likely to win, who is saying the same thing that Lenin said?
When I'm president, we will deport the foreign jihad sympathizers, and we will deport them very quickly, and Hamas supporters will be gone. But what's going on now is exactly what was going on before the Holocaust.
If you even uttered one word against the Jews who had just conducted the genocide of the Christian nation of Russia.
Yeah, that's what Trump said on day one. That's going to be the very first thing he does when inaugurated, is work on is deporting anti-Semites and passing hate speech laws, and that's baffling to me. That's what he's running on. It's not the Trump that ran long last time. So if you don't support Israel, you're anti-Semite. If you say they crucified Jesus, you're an anti-Semite.
But how does Christian nations ally with communism when the communist agenda was to exterminate the Christians? So you, as a so-called Christian, believe that your job is to bend over and take it up that place for this very people who brags and, by the way, hates your Savior.
In tandem with these economic and property reforms, a wide array of legislation was passed by Lenin's government in late 1917 and 1918 to transform the social and legal landscape of Russia. For instance, communist ideology rejected religion. Accordingly, in January 1918, the new government decreed the immediate separation of church and state at a time when organized Christian churches across Europe still had a major influence over education and other social matters. A wide array of legislation was passed by Lenin's government in late 1917 and 1918 to transform the social and legal landscape of Russia. For instance, communist ideology rejected religion. Accordingly, in January 1918, the new government decreed the immediate separation of church and state. For instance, communist ideology rejected religion. Accordingly, in January 1918, the new government decreed the immediate separation of church and state at a time when organized Christian churches across Europe still had a major influence over education and other social matters.
I am the chosen one.
Want to tell the Rebbe the words of the new song that we're singing with Mashiach, right? So I'm just going to read him. Am Yisrael, have no fear. Moshiach will be here this year. We want Moshiach now. We don't want to wait. Okay? Moshiach now, we want Moshiach now. Oh yeah, I'm Yisrael, have no fear, Moshiach will be this year. I'm Yisrael, have no fear, Moshiach will be here this year. We want Moshiach now, we want Moshiach now, we don't want to wait. We want Moshiach now, Moshiach now, we don't want to wait.